EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for the weekend, August 31st and September 1st, 2019. That's right, we're turning the calendar to a new month, and we are also celebrating Labor Day weekend, the unofficial end to the summer season. And I do want to stress the word unofficial, because some people, I did that on social media yesterday, and some people just didn't get the reference there. Unofficial meaning between Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend. That's what most people consider summer. Okay, I know it's not technically summer, just so everybody understands that. Okay, so today is going to be a very nice day, very much like Thursday was. If you remember how that was, it was a as far as sky condition, temperatures, and humidity, I should say, it was a very pleasant day with low humidity, and I think that's what we're dealing with here on Saturday. So very nice start to your holiday weekend. And once we get to Sunday, we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy skies. We do have a system off to our west that might bring a few showers late in the day to a few areas. It will be very isolated. It's not like a real big widespread coverage. I'll show you that here in a second with a NAM. And of course, off to the south, way off to the south here, is Dorian, which is still trying to throw us for some loops here. We'll get into here in a second too. One programming note, though, we have these local forecasts we do graphically, like for each region: Southeast PA, East Central PA, Northern New Jersey, Northeast PA. We will not be updating that again Sunday night for Monday like we normally do, because it's the holiday weekend. I sent my forecasters home and I said, have a great weekend, enjoy the weekend. There's nothing going on in this region, and it's not because we don't care about what's going on down here in Florida, but we don't run the Florida Weather Authority. So I hate to say it though, I'm just, I would just be tracking it and releasing maps to the general public just to say that I made a map. I mean, there's really no sense for me to do that, because I don't have clientele down here. We do, but the clientele we deal with down here, we're already prepared for what they need, so they no longer need anything from EPAWA. So we are I just sent my forecasters home this weekend, said enjoy the weekend, and we're going to follow Dorian, of course, and I will continue to talk about it in the daily forecast videos. The next scheduled one is Sunday night for Monday. I will be doing that one on time, so I will have that Sunday night. Just the local forecasts aren't going to be updated until Tuesday, like the regular graphical forecast. So just keep that in mind. I will have the regularly scheduled video. This is the weekend video. The next one is for Monday. That will be on time. And we'll go in and I'll discuss Dorian. At that point, we should have a much better idea of what's happening and things like that. And I'll continue to watch this over the weekend, just as, the meteorologist and me will want to look at it, but I'm not going to be going into grave detail about it until we get to the next video. So let's get to the NAM High-Res Future Simulator Radar. I just want to show you what is looking like here on Sunday, with a few showers in a few areas in the afternoon. Just very little activity here. Most areas just dry. Just have to watch Central PA, Northeast PA for a few showers, especially overnight going into Monday. And I do think you have a better chance at scattered showers and maybe at a thunderstorm here on the actual Labor Day Monday. We'll have that opportunity across the region as this frontal boundary is moving through. This is the first of two troughs that we're going to be dealing with this week. Okay, so this first one is it's a cold front that's going to be, it's on the lead of a trough, but the trough's going to stay off to our north, so it's not going to do anything as far as temperatures are concerned. As a matter of fact, behind it, their temperatures are going to warm up quite a bit for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. We're going to have temperatures that are going to make a run well into the 80s and very summer-like. Off to the south here is Dorian, of course, and this is going to be affected. It's going to try to grab this for the first time. It's going to make it stall a little bit. Okay, maybe drift off to the north, and then the next front that we're going to be dealing with here locally is going to be on Wednesday with scattered showers and thunderstorms. This one should pick up Dorian and send it off to the north and east like this. We now have to watch this late week for the potential, not set in stone here yet, for some remnant rains and maybe a little wind with this on Friday night. This would be in our area. The closest area to that would be the shore points. At the very least, you're dealing with rip currents. Even if you don't get any rain or wind or anything like that, rip currents will still be an issue along the shore points. So we'll keep a close eye on this. And at this time, this is when our forecasters will all be getting, not concerned, but we'll have a little more of a vested interest, because this is for our area. I'm not going to make you maps probably for it, but you get the general idea. So that's what our week ahead here. It looks like We're dealing with these on Monday. We're dealing with a few showers and maybe a thunderstorm, and then we have a cold front coming through with afternoon and early evening scattered showers and thunderstorms with the next cold front. Then we'll watch Dorian at the end of the week. I think largely most everything is keeping it south and east, close to the shore points, if at all. So not a huge deal. Here is what Dorian looks like. This is a Category 4 storm now. Category 4, and actually the 11 o'clock advisory just came in about 20 minutes ago as I'm doing this video. Of course, almost 11:30. Actually came in about a half hour ago. Now has this up to a 140 mile per hour sustained wind storm. So this underwent some rapid intensification today. Very rapid. And the pressure drops in this are pretty amazing, and now they're expecting the highest wind speed that it will attain, sustained-wise, will be 150 miles per hour. And I think the reason they're capping that is this system, it's very small, very compact. Okay, it's about the size of this whole thing is about the size of the state of South Carolina. That's it. So you've seen hurricanes in the past that were absolutely enormous. And the reason why they were so enormous is because these tend to go through some eyewall replacement cycles at times. And when it does that, it weakens the storm a little bit while that's going on. And it can usually be like, 10, 12 hours, something like that. And you have an outer wall that's trying to chokes off the inner wall. Well, this is pretty well defined here. Not a guarantee you even see an eyewall replacement cycle. I think the National Hurricane Center is expecting it, because you usually do see that in the life cycle of a hurricane in an attempt for it to get bigger, in order for it to expand its wind field and get larger and grow larger, so it's not this tiny, or this compact. I don't want to say tiny because it gives the impression it's not strong. It is, but it's very compact. Okay, so in order to get this bigger, you need to have an eyewall replacement cycle. So the outer eyewall it'll expand, it'll choke off the inner eyewall, and then it'll become the new eyewall, and then everything, the whole thing gets bigger. All right. But during that process, it also weakens a little bit and then re-intensifies after that cycle is complete. So the National Hurricane Center is expecting that to happen, it looks like, over the next couple of days. And it's supposed to take a general track toward the west here, toward the northern Bahamas, west-northwest, I should say. And then it's going to get very close to the Florida coast. It might not hit the coast at all. It might not make actual landfall and might just do one of these numbers where it parallels the coast and does a loop-de-loop around here and around the bend here, maybe making landfall up in the Carolinas instead. At that point, a different kind of storm, though, not as strong as it'll be. But I'll tell you what, if you have a storm that's going to parallel the coast like this and be this close up there without actually making landfall, that's going to be devastating for all those areas. Just the eyewall offshore especially would be a devastating scenario. So hopefully that's not the case. It is going to turn to the north. It's just a matter of when and where. And we know why it's doing that now. It's because this system's slower. That's it. That's the only reason. All these other features on the map if nothing else changed. Nothing, the models didn't change, nothing. This storm is slower. That's why everything has changed. Of course, it looks like it changed in the track. These features are still here. Here's the ridge. There's an upper air ridge also that's sitting over the northeast Gulf of Mexico right here. This is at 250 millibars. That's why you can't see it. You have a ridge out west, and you have a little bit of a trough feature trying to come in here in the east here. Not much of a trough, just a little bit. Trying to dive down here. But that little weakness in between the ridge, that was always projected to be there. The problem is this is slower. So when this is coming in, it was supposed to be over here at this point, not all the way back here. And since it's all the way back here, now these features in the map are going to react to it differently. And that's what ends up happening is we move toward, this is later Sunday. Okay, and it's sitting near the northern Bahamas. Comes to almost a crawl here, but there's a little bit of a weakness here that it has, that it can try to follow the path of least resistance, and it tries to do that. It moves off to the north and west. Okay, and at this point, it really doesn't have too much of a steering flow, so it waits for a trough to come in here on Wednesday. That's up to its north, and this thing picks it up and sends it off to the north and east. Again, weakness in the ridge, and it gives a path of least resistance for it to escape. But there might be a time to go from Sunday morning, which all models expected this thing to be right about here in the northern Bahamas or just east of there, to go from there to here, which isn't very far, takes almost 3 days. That little bit of so that's going to be a tremendous amount of time it spends along the coastline. So again, there are a lot of uncertainties exactly with this, and you see that cone they have there. It's a huge cone of uncertainty. Because there is a lot of uncertainty with this. What is it going to do? Everything agrees that once it's Sunday morning, We're looking at Sunday morning. It's going to be sitting out here in the northern Bahamas. What it does after that, whether the weather makes landfall or not on the east coast of Florida, if it ends up just doing a roundup, staying parallel to the coast and rounding the bend like that, making landfall up in the Carolinas or somewhere else, all possibilities. Again, we're going to have another update on this on Sunday night in the next forecast video for Monday. But in the meantime, you can continue to monitor this on the National Hurricane Center website. And if all of you, I hope you have a great weekend, great holiday weekend, the final unofficial holiday weekend of summer. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for the weekend, August 31st and September 1st, 2019. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.